Welcome, everyone, to today's matchup brought to you by Play VS, where high school esports meets high-level competition. The stage is set, the teams are locked in, and it's time to find out who's got the skills, strategy, and nerves to take the win. This week, I am joined with Golden Shadow. Golden, how are you doing?
Having some minor technical difficulties, but that seems pretty average over here.
Yeah, gotta make sure those GeForce drivers are updated. Anyway, I'm Andy Prokopchuk. I'm going to be here announcing the game with you tonight. So, tonight's matchup, the LCBI Bisons are going to be playing the Provo High School from Utah, the Fusions. So, Bisons versus Fusions. Going to be exciting. So, going over tonight's roster with you. For our DPS players, we have grade 12 student Piper Murdoch, gamertag Muio. We have grade 11 student Christopher Summick as C Play Games. Next, we have our support players. We have grade 12 student Caleb Turden, gamertag Star Trek fan, and grade 11 student Randy Anderson, gamertag Skyfire. And then finally, in our tank spot, we have grade 11 student Peter Haberstock, gamertag Neo Hawk. So last week, a bit of an upset. We got paired up, got immediately eliminated. However, we were working with a reduced roster. Our team captain Christopher Summick wasn't there to lead the Bisons, as well as grade 12 student Caleb Turden. So this week we have our A team back up and at it, ready to go. So it looks like we're waiting for the Fusion teams. We got two more Fusion players to wait for. So Golden, how is your technical issues coming?
I think everything has been worked out.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so Golden, what are you looking for? What are you looking for this week? That'll be different from last week.
Hopefully, definitely a win this time. Um, I don't know. Last week was I feel like we could have gotten it, but there was something missing that I couldn't pick out that we were missing. It almost seemed like they were working as 5 people instead of a team, so I'm hoping to see more of that working together.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, team cohesion is really important, and getting that skill up there. As we see, the Bisons, is gonna have gone. We've had a few ups and downs over last season. I think that's gonna maybe transfer over to this season. It's transferred over to this season a little bit, making some roster changes. Obviously, getting Peter Haberstock in there as a tank and moving Piper Murdoch for to support and DPS and trying to get that universal, using her universally. Again, obviously, it's going to take us a few games to find our groove. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game tonight. I'm excited. Not much is known. I know Provo High School from Utah. Um, they do have a number of esports teams, so this is only one of their esports team. I believe they actually have 5. So it'll be interesting to see which team we're working with tonight, and what they're capable of.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting facing some of these bigger schools that have multiple esports teams, and we only got the one. Because it's like, are we facing the best that they have, or are we going up against like a rookie team that they have?
Yeah, their leftovers or their grade 9s or whatnot. I mean, and again, you take a look at the population of the school. Provo High School. Potentially having upwards around 1,500 to 2,000 kids. Well, that's a big pool to draw from, versus us, who we're rocking 130. And not to say that we just take who we can get, but again, the numbers don't lie, and we can definitely, some issues can arise from that. So I guess Golden, with tonight's matchup, what are let's go with some specifics. You've been watching Peter Haberstock play tank. That was one of your main positions when you played for the Bisons those years ago. What things do you want to see from Peter tonight?
Probably basically what he's been doing all season. I think that he is definitely up there with Aiden Suderman, which is one of the best tanks that the Bisons have ever had. Um, I think he's doing very well in this role, and I just want to see him keep that um, vibe that they've been having, where he's staying in the front and the healers are keeping him boosted up, and it it definitely draws the fire to give the DPS room to take out some of their players.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then let's jump to support. So, what kind of things, again, we've seen, Caleb Turden now been playing Overwatch for a number of years. What kinds of things are you looking for, like from Caleb?
That's a good question. I haven't really been watching Caleb because I remember playing with him a couple of years back when I was on the team, and he was doing very well. I remember there were talks of um, switching him and Jeremy when we were having issues there because he was very much starter material, just wasn't quite at that skill level, which I think he is now with a little bit more work. I've been watching. Oh, who's the other healer? Muyo? Is that how
Yep,
you say your name?
Muyo. Yep, Piper Murdoch.
Yeah, I've mostly been watching her because she is the newer player on the team, and Caleb kind of, he knows the positioning, he knows his characters very well. So I've been watching the newer healer, and what I want to see from her is definitely working on her positioning. The way that she uses Anna, I've noticed she does very well. I like to see her use her sleeps a little more, even if she misses, just trying to take out some of those backline targets to take them out for 5 seconds. Um, but really, positioning and that use of the sleep is what I want to see. Otherwise, the rest of the team looks pretty good.
Yeah, obviously, skill has a big part to play in this game. I know, again, like, it's definitely a multifaceted game. You can't just focus on one or the other. You know, team cohesion is really important. Understanding, okay, this is what we communicate, this is how we communicate. But, Golden, what do you think about the idea of skill and how best to upgrade or how best to improve the skill? I know there's been a lot of talk on how best to utilize our training times here because our Bisons are obviously involved in a number of different activities, around the school and the community, um, about playing just solo ranked, just trying to get that individual skill up, and and the notion that no amount of simulations or like aimbot training or whatever will ever help, fully prepare you as well as a ranked game. So, what are your thoughts on those?
When you're looking at Overwatch skill, there are three things that you have to consider: your positioning, your knowledge of your characters and the characters that you're playing against, and also um, your uh, aiming. So, like, aim training is only going to help with the aiming. All right, they're not going to help with positioning or learning the characters. The other two, you have to be in games to learn. And honestly, with playing ranked, I think it's best to play as a team because when you get just 5 individuals in a game, especially in something like ranked, you can end up with people who don't really know what they're doing or don't get like a miscommunication on what the plan is going to be. So I definitely think you do need to get into the games to sharpen up your skill, especially with knowing the characters. But
So then what about the disadvantage that the opposing team has? Like, we talk about the idea of like shooting fish in a barrel, seal clubbing, those kinds of things. When, if you do have the Bisons, let's say the Bisons, the only time they're ever on ranked is as a group. It's obviously the Bisons are at an unfair advantage, which gives them an edge in those ranked scenarios. Because the other team they're versing, most likely than not, isn't going to be part of a team.
Yeah, you definitely don't have a lot of 5 stacks running around ranked, but it also depends on how high a rank you're playing in. Because I know with some of the higher ranks, there is like
There's a better
some,
chance that you're going to bump into an actual team of 5. Yeah.
yeah, or even just like a bunch of people in that's where you kind of get into like the streaming and YouTube community where like the people in that space there are like set actual ways to move around the map and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I look forward to talking about that some more. Looks like we're jumping into our game 1 of tonight, which is Control. Both teams roll over a single objective, win 2 out of the 3 rounds to claim the map. So we're going to get things kicked off right here. Looks like the Bisons are attacking first. Should be an exciting game.
Oh, there we go.
Watch your flanks. They might try something.
All right.
Okay, this is definitely super interesting, the way they're setting up their team.
At the character selection?
Yeah, because if you look, Diva and the 2 healers here are all like dive characters. They can get in and get out really fast, but characters like Ashe and Bastion, they can't really do that. So having half of your team as dive and the other as more stand your ground characters is definitely an interesting choice.
I'm looking at Neilhawk here after new skin. Looks like somebody got access to the credit. Bison fighting to get onto Control. Looks like set up decent Peter, great. Too bad. Spread out the devastating fusion tank in there and takes out the Bisons and then singles out Neohawk. Okay, so that's a team wipe for the Bisons. Rough start.
Yeah, getting a Rhine in your back line is super hard to deal with because those squishy players, they just can't hold up to that hammer, and if they can't get out of there, out of the range of that hammer, like it only takes 2 swings and you're dead.
Yeah. So it looks like we're currently paused right now. We have some challenge with just with some scheduling stuff. So just bear with us, folks. Yeah. Okay. It looks like it's being resolved. Sorry, Golden. Continue.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, that Rhine in your backline is super hard, and then as soon as the rest of the team dies, your tank has no leg to stand on, especially with the rest of their team following up. That was real rough.
1 life down, plenty more to go.
We will have peace at
It looks like our tank has switched to something that's more stand your ground, which I think will play to their advantage here as they try to push back.
Alright, so Bison's back on the Bridge of Costume, trying to break through Fusion's defense.
Ooh, huge slam by their team.
Alright, well I think it's safe to say we're playing Fusion's A team.
Yeah, this is their varsity team.
Must be. Yeah, alright, Bison's back out there. Alright, we're gonna follow Christopher Summick.
Yeah,
I think the Bison are making the right call here, saying, okay, that bridge didn't work the first time, didn't work the second time. Let's go through the back door. Oh, nice use of the ult from Christopher Summick, totally flummoxing the Fusion defense. Bison's, unfortunately, opponent tank unable to fully commit or take advantage of that.
Yeah. Their opposite Ash is doing very well at taking out some of these squishies.
This boat's full for you.
Yeah, definitely I would say from a skill.
Blocking satellite vector!
Bob, do something.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely just totally different skill levels. Totally different skill levels. But not bad. I mean, Bisons, again, you gotta work with what you gotta work. You know, you're not gonna get better playing, worse
Easy
teams.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, this is how you get better, and this is, kind of goes along with what I was saying, in the pregame or the pre-show, is that idea of like, well, if you're constantly playing ranked as a team,
blood in the
you're always at an advantage. And I think that's what kind of crosses over until this, like, we're not used to playing teams that are coordinated. The Bisons are used to playing other teams that are uncoordinated. And I think that's what's transferring over into this game.
Hack complete.
Yeah. They can't just randomly, throw one or two tricks that would trip up an uncoordinated team. They really need to form up and watch their backs with this team.
This team doing Fusion doing an excellent job of isolating characters. We just saw Peter get isolated.
The objective is now
And, getting isolated.
Let's make a scene.
And then taken out. Okay,
Yeah.
looks like we have
I
Chris
definitely
Subic
think
hiding up at the top.
Yeah, I definitely think that our switch from Bastion to Sombra is an interesting choice. Mostly because Bastion is a very good counter to Reinhardt, where you can just absolutely smash down that shield. And it looks like he's trying to go behind and get some of the characters that are in their backline.
Yeah. Thanks, we have here Muyo getting discovered and taken out. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good that the Bisons are experiencing this, but I feel like this is where that idea. Oh, looks like we have a character switch from Christopher Summick's C-Play Games. But like, yeah, I think this is where I think the benefit of the solo ranks kind of will play in, because it's like it makes them uncomfortable. It makes them more playing field, right? And I feel like that those types of experiences, they get a little bit more of those than they would about, again, just seal clubbing, shooting fish in a barrel on ranked as a team. As well as, you get a better understanding of where the Bison skill level is. I mean, we saw different rankings they get when they play as a team. Whereas if they play individually, I would say it's a more genuine interpretation of their actual skill level. Like we had some grade 9 students who were gold 3. Well, why were they gold 3? Well, they only ever played with the senior Bisons. That gave us a real big disparity in their actual rankings. So okay, so defeat. Okay, Bisons, yeah, obviously playing a super skilled team here. Bisons, I hope what the Bisons are doing is they're noticing what Fusion's doing and saying, okay, so what works for Fusion? What can we do for Fusion? I mean, not only that, I think Fusion beautifully controls the map. Beautifully controls the map.
Yeah, I'm already seeing a couple of things that our team could do to switch up their one of the things that you got to do on the team is you got to look at what just happened.
Sorry, you know what? Sorry, Golden. Sorry to interrupt. If you head to the, if you right-click, I know Miss Makima. You can't view all the career profiles, but looking at some of these career profiles, it kind of gives you an insight into who these players are. Obviously, level 887. Time played 717 hours. Looks like we can view Zombella's profile. More hours on competitive, but again, level 808. So we're looking at a team of, I would say, relatively serious opponents.
Not really. Like, looking at all of these, like, hours, they don't have many hours in competitive.
Yeah.
And honestly, they don't have many hours just overall.
Like
Like, looking at
717 hours. Apology to all the mums and dads who are watching who are saying not as many hours, sorry, but 700 hours, not a lot of hours in a video game.
yeah, well, if you take a look at like my career profile, not to brag or anything, but just these are people that the Bison should be able to beat. Like, I've seen them be able to take me out pretty well. So
yeah,
I
we
really think
I guess our competitive not as high as theirs. I guess you're right, but look at the level of disparity where we have a couple level 800s, and then we have again like a level 259. Oh, excuse me. And it's 259 from Skyfire, Star Trek fan. We're looking at a 191. Yeah, we got 9 hours, 8 hours versus their 20 or competitive 25 hours. Yeah, there's some people. I think there must be a setting that we have where
where only like friends can see it.
Well, I can see so Zombella's career profile I can see.
Yeah, that would be like open to the public.
Yeah, but like Newt, I can't see Newt's career profile, but Miss Makima, I can see their career profile.
Yeah, if you look at their ranking, you can see the little winged thing above means that they played in the original Overwatch. That's what that means.
Like, are we talking their career
that's...
profile?
Yeah. If you look at the level 887,
yeah,
the little wing thing above means that they played original Overwatch.
Yeah, so these are old school Overwatch. But I wonder, like, not to say that it's like I'm implying that there's any malicious whatever, but like, all right, is this like, can we age verify some of these people? Are we gonna take a look and be like, yeah, this is a high school level esports team, and it's like some dude named Greg with a chin beard and and a DQ soda next to them, like, but yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting to take a look and actually see these character profiles and just see the difference between them and as well as us. Like, I mean, obviously, Golden, you outrank the two players whose profiles we can see. I mean, and also you're competitive. You got almost as much competitive hours as you do in unranked hours.
Yeah, I try to keep it pretty 50-50 so that, like, in unranked, that's where you learn all the new characters, you try new characters, you try new things, because there you're way less likely to be punished for trying these new things. And if they work out well, then you translate it over to competitive, where people are like actually trying their hardest and where you refine things. So I try to keep it pretty 50-50 on trying new things and wrecking house with the old things.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great mentality to have, and it'd be interesting to see the rest of the Bison's stats on if they are rocking that 50-50 splitter. Again, when they do play Overwatch, how are they spending their time? But yeah, okay, so Bison's, not sure what the holdup is for the Bisons. Or if it's for Fusion. And here we go. All right, entering the game.
It was for Fusion trying to pick who they wanted to ban.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, again, this is good for the Bisons because the Bisons are being able to. He said, I'd be very interested to watch the replay of this game from the perspective of the Fusion players, and just again like saying, okay, well, what works? And I was like way back when in the day. I'm going to date myself here. When I used to play Warcraft 3, that's how you got better. That's how you got better. You'd watch the replay and see how the other guy dominated you, and then you're like, all right, let's see if I can go do that. And that's how I started playing as a Night Elf.
Fear, for growth is always painful.
Honestly, even in the last game, you didn't really need to look at the replay viewer to see what the Bisons were kind of getting tripped up on.
I had an ominous dream, and this was exactly how it started.
All right, so we're going to follow Neo Hawk on this one. So obviously we're preparing to attack. This game mode is hybrid. Step 1, capture the point. Step 2, turn the point into a payload and escort to victory. These games are infamous for choke points. Let's take a look and see if the Bisons have what it takes to make it past the first choke point.
Yeah, I can weld. I definitely getting tripped up under this bridge is super common. Neohawk going in super aggressively with this kind of team, that is a very interesting strategy, especially going behind that shield, because through that Sigma shield, no healing can get past.
Yeah.
And as you saw, like, their tank got absolutely ripped to shreds. They're already down.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was last year. It's not even last season, but last year. There was a game mode where the Bisons knew they were going to lose. So they're like, hey guys, let's just play the goofiest characters we want, just the most ridiculous style we want. And then, like, I remember one of our I think it was our tank was the hamster ball. And we just had a bunch of ridiculous plays. And actually, we ended up winning a match because it was so ridiculous, the opposing team didn't know what to do. That's how unconventional the strategy was. Could be fun. Could be fun.
Yeah, sometimes those fun matches are definitely something to keep the team spirit alive.
Yeah, because you gotta have that morale up. I know last week was a bit of a frustrating game because, you know, it was against the team that, you know, we looked and said, you know, yeah, the Bisons, if they were in a different state of mind, if we had our entire team, you know, we could have won those games. Whereas with this one, I mean, Bisons are putting up a good fight, but it is clear they're outmatched. So I'd maybe even opt to go for the more ridiculous. Like, let's have this as a fun. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Domina has arrived.
I do think that the Bisons do have this, but they're making some very interesting choices that are just... It almost seems like they're running into it without a plan and just dying.
No, there's definitely a plan. There's definitely a plan. You know, I'm hearing the Bisons trying to have a coordinated push. The big challenge is that, you know, Fusion's doing a really good job of having their DPS flank the Bisons and get those ambushes out of the way, which result in the Bisons, you know, again, there's that bit of a panic. I mean, we see it. We've seen this the entire thing. We try to put up a brave front. They get a DPS in our back. DPS takes out a couple of our supports. Tank, unaware of what happens by the time they are aware. They bounce out. Nice use of ult from the opposing team, Reaper. Bison's making some decent pushes.
It was not enough. That was a very good push.
Yeah. Very good push. And Bison's getting access to the, nice! Okay, Bison's...
Interesting play.
Yeah.
The opposite tank went Doomfist. Which is definitely a super interesting tactic with this team. They're not exactly a dive comp, so going a very divey tank is a very interesting choice.
Enemy here.
Pristine construction.
Alright, we have Skyfire doing some healing. Bison's, we got Christopher sticking with the objective as it's opening up. Bisons have 33 seconds to get the objective.
Where are you going?
Barrier manifested.
Interesting Muyo playing this this character.
Don't touch me.
I know
I need some help.
this is definitely one of the most frustrating characters to play against, and I like to see Muyo's chaotic energy absolutely annoying the team. I think that's actually what's kind of happening right now. That being a very effective character switch. Let's see what Muyo can do with that.
I definitely think Yu playing Mei definitely fits her personality type. Mei is basically like, try to confuse them as much as possible. Because if you get them out of position and you get them away from the rest of their team, it's easier for your team to take them out. With that wall and pillar that she has, that is super easy to break up a team formation.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Someone needs to fill
Okay,
this
Muyo
out.
changing it up now switching it up to Cassidy.
Interesting character switch. For Cassidy, you really have to have high accuracy to make this character effective.
What are you saying, Golden?
I'm just saying, she better have like a 90% accuracy kind of day, or this might be a bad decision.
Did you say 19? That's,
I said 9.
Hey,
I mean, I've had days where my accuracy goes from 90 to 19. It happens.
Constructing my barrier.
This one.
But yeah, especially going from a more, like, Mei is considered a tanky DPS because she has that self-healing. And then going to someone who's considered more squishy like Cassidy, it's definitely an interesting switch.
who's Muyo playing right now?
Murio's playing Echo, those sticky bombs, and the ability to fly would definitely be easy to take out that Ash pop. But it looks like she's trying to play around Cart because we're about to go into overtime.
Meteor strike.
I need some help.
Yeah, alright, well that's round one. You know what, Bison's got onto the objective, which I think was impressive. That was a really impressive push from the Bisons. Definitely a something to be taken from there. Bison's now going on the defensive. We're going to see how long they can hold out against the Fusion team. So I guess defense, Golden, what are you thinking for defense?
Oh, for defense, probably they really need to have a character that can stay focused on the front of the team. So I'm thinking like Torbjorn. I feel like I'm saying that. Or Symmetro, or Ilari. Someone who has a turret who can keep active watch on the front lines or on their team, and then have someone else who is able to turn around. Because if you get that Reaper in the back line, you need to deal with him pronto, or your entire team is gonna fall.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what they come up with. I mean, again, the Bisons. I think you said have obviously a learning opportunity here. Let's take a look and see what happens when you're against a great team.
Maybe let's attack the objective.
Trouble's here.
Okay.
Engaging the enemy.
We only appear to have 3 Bisons.
Pristine. We're losing our stake in the objective.
I'm under attack.
There's 4 of them around there, but what the heck? Where's number 5?
Ah, okay, number 5 is now out. Here we have. Okay, we got Muyo back.
Oh, I hope Yu doesn't go in.
No, Muyo looks like she's hanging back.
Hello.
Yeah, that was weird. Muyo is trying to spawn in. Bison's losing some ground here. Muyo?
Yeah,
Crystalline perfection.
Yeah, going that 4v5 was definitely not in the.
Well, I could have sworn we
that-
only had 3 Bisons, because even I looked and I was like, where? I can only swap between 3 of them.
I did see 4 of them around there. But like I predicted, that Reaper is causing problems in the back line. And that Doom is absolutely shredding up the front. They're really struggling with this team.
No, Fusion is an impressive team. I mean,
I feel like the Bisons could have this though.
well, obviously, yeah. You know, you want to take a look and see. Yeah, they definitely, they could have it. But with Fusion, this is obviously a team of, obviously, I would say significant more hours in game, and you can play more. You're gonna do better. Yeah, but definitely some really interesting things from Piper with the Mei character. Like that totally threw off the opposing team. Like I think
Yeah, I definitely think that Mei worked in our favor.
Yeah, Mei was definitely one of Piper's best characters that Piper should be playing. Because, yeah, she absolutely distracted the enemy and caused havoc with Mei, and that was, I think, what led to the actual push in that last one. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what character Piper plays next round. Yeah, at this stage of the game, you know what? Head coach, Silver Shadow, Mark Knudsen might not appreciate me saying this. I would have fun this next round. 100%. I would have fun this next round. You know what? Let's take a look and see what we can come up with. We've learned a lot. I'd go maybe do a random character generator. Take a look and see what characters the Bisons can pick and have fun with it. We're going into game 3 escort. So this is no hybrid. Where you just have to escort the payload through. So I guess Golden, let's talk about your let's have fun moments. When you're feeling spicy, which character do you pick?
Well, it really depends what role I'm being relegated to, because I was kind of like who is it, Miyu, who is kind of just moved all over the place and fit whatever role that they didn't need to play. So for tank, probably Diva, just because I have the best skins, the best emotes. That is my main since Overwatch 1. I just have all the best stuff for her. For DPS, definitely Tracer. Blinking around the map, you can get some pretty cool, like, WTF moments. Some pretty cool highlights from that character. And for healer, probably Mercy or Juno. Just that flying around, being in random places that you really shouldn't be. Those are the 2 characters that you kind of really wonder why they're where they are. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. I know we did talk about like the Bison Bane list, where the Bisons were devastated. So like the Bison Grief Squad. So it starts with a Roadhog tank, a Junkrat DPS, Reaper DPS, Flying Cat support, and Mercy support. And that is essentially the bane of the Bison existence. I guess the roster. That's the roster. We should get Coach Brian to go and just everybody. These are your characters. You're gonna make do. It's the final time. Let's throw caution to the window. We're going to go have some fun. See what happens. Let's keep that morale up.
Yeah. I definitely think that the Bisons could win this. Especially after the first 2 matches where you've learned the team, you learn how they play, you learn what their strengths are.
I mean, there's a lot of growth that obviously needs to happen in between now and the next 10 seconds before the next game. So I don't know if there's enough time to use that. I think the lessons learned, they're a much more skilled team. I don't know. Like at this stage, obviously, you want to try something, you want to take advantage of the opportunity of playing. such a great team. But like, let's get an actual game plan put together of saying like, all right, well, do we want to try this defense, or do we want to try maybe these characters and see how this goes? I said one thing I've seen this. I saw this last year with the former Bisons, but like, yeah, when you use unconventional methods against a conventional team, that messes them up so much, and they just start panicking, and that can always be a fun time. But I'm going to disagree with you on this one, Golden. I don't think there's much the Bisons can do to squeeze out a win here. I think it's going to be definitely obviously an uphill battle, regardless. Definitely, I would be a little bit. I would be strategic in what kind of lessons I want to walk away with from this match. But Bisons, as I said, I don't think the Bisons should be feeling down or negative right now. Obviously, a very skilled team. It's just a matter of like, well, what can the Bisons walk away with?
I definitely think that if you pick the right characters, a mediocre correct character is better than a really good wrong character.
Oh yeah.
And it looked like what they're doing is just picking those really good wrong characters instead of looking at what the other team is doing and trying to find a character that would stop that. So I'm thinking, like, for that Doom, you want to go Sigma, especially with that Reaper, and again, someone who can turn behind, so like Ilari, who has really good DPS but also can keep healing on her, especially with that movement to get out of the way of some of those attacks. It just really depends. That's one of the knowing the characters and the characters that you're playing kind of skill that comes into this game, where you gotta know when to switch, who to switch to, and mainly why you're switching to that character and what specifically you're countering from the other team.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I do think that the Bisons could win this. Because I know some of the characters that they are proficient in and what characters they could be playing to take out this team.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a look here and see. We're following Star Trek fan right now. Grade 12 student Caleb Turden. Those of you who don't know, Caleb just got back from Mexico on a Mexico mission trip, so excited to have Caleb back. Okay, yeah, the gate is off. Bison's attacking. Caleb leading the charge. Don't know why, but yeah, okay, he's hiding. No, back in front. Caleb's back in front. You've upset Caleb, and now he's going to do something about it.
I definitely think it's interesting for a healer to be in the front, but I do think
I love the current strategy of ignore the objective. That's what they'll expect you to do. Ignore the objective. All right, well, yeah. So, all right, Muyo with the Muyo pushing the objective. Oh, and they got her. And they got her. All right, but she did get the objective. I love that strategy. The rest of the team distracts, then you send Muyo in there, just quickly try to push up the objective. We gotta inch this.
Yeah, I definitely think that is a good strategy. I remember several games that my team lost because they were too focused on the fight instead of the objective, so that is definitely a viable strategy.
Where are you going?
For our team to try.
Bank with the ridiculous, but even still, even in that offensive, like, Piper had their entire team distracted. I don't see the rest of the Bisons really utilizing that, but like, Piper's rushing in there now.
Don't
worry,
you got a long life ahead.
All right, again, doing good. Like, they are scared of Piper.
Yeah.
And I said Piper's doing a good job just getting in there and just kind of like, again, just kind of that organized chaos of being like, haha, you thought I would do what everybody wanted me to do. Not today.
Yeah, and sealing off that tank from the rest of their team, even if it was just for a few seconds, was definitely a great move from her.
Yeah.
She's doing amazing with these walls. Like, that
Absolutely.
tank wouldn't have gone
just,
down.
Well, again, it's kind of like the younger even in
Hey.
that instance. I mean, Piper was the last one alive, and they ended up I think taking out the opposing team tank. So like,
Yeah.
I think Piper's found a new main. I think Piper's found it because she has instincts of like, oh, it'll be annoying if I throw up a wall there, and it is.
Well, this is a super aggressive team, so if you put something like a wall right in front of them, well, right now they have to figure out a way around that instead of just straight towards your team, which is why her Mei is doing so well. Especially with that self-healing that she has, she's able to stay alive against some of these players super well.
Yeah, like,
It
hey,
just
look,
really
like, hey,
sucks that her team is unable to capitalize on her success.
Yeah, absolutely. Piper's just like essentially distracting 3 out of the 5 opponents. I'm not sure. Yeah, like Piper's goose was getting cooked there. But yeah, Piper did a great job distracting at least 2 of them. And maybe this is where like the coordination needs to happen, where the Bisons maybe need to be communicating with each other.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it doesn't really seem like they have a plan. They're playing as 5 individuals instead of as a team, because you see one of the players is getting super good success and is distracting half of their team, but then the other half is slaughtering the 4 of our team that should be outmatched.
Okay, well you can actually see this change in the opposing team's strategy because now they're just targeting Piper.
Yeah, they definitely realized, oh, this is the problem, let's eliminate the problem, and now they're trolling our team again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. This is the ultimate chaotic hero. Someone who's super hard to learn, but if you get a really good Genji, you can go 23-0 super easy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think if this game was nothing worth nothing, I think we found a new main for Piper. Absolutely, I think that was a great game. That was a great game for Piper. Distracted a lot of the enemy teams, gave the Bisons a lot of opportunities to capitalize on that. But yeah, no, I thought that was great.
Yeah, the best part of Mei is that you can use her in a lot of different situations, not just against a super aggressive team. Like,
is Mei's
easily...
DPS?
Yeah, Mei is DPS.
Okay, like it almost seems like it should be a support character, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's almost I feel like it's almost like a support.
We'll make it out alive. Maybe
DPS
even in
hybrid.
one piece.
Yeah, you definitely can't really play Mei on her own. You definitely have to play Mei with someone who can, like, take out kills, like a Widowmaker. If you can get a squishy stuck with your wall, then having a Widowmaker to take that squishy out is super effective. You can do a team wipe instantly.
Yeah.
Or even like a Bastion. If you trap a tank behind a wall and the rest of the team, especially the healers, can't get to him, and you have a Bastion go turret for him, tank is insta-dead.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what Piper can put together with this, because I can see them kind of like, they get past a certain point. Nope. Yikes. Alright, good. Yeah, good. There you go. Good use of that wall. Stopping the objective. But we just see here again, like, yeah, see, they targeted Piper right off the get-go, identifying Piper as the biggest challenge. But look, even that gave Christopher Summick an opportunity, but there you go, like, yeah, there's not much you can do there, right? Like,
yeah, that was definitely a bloodbath.
Yeah, but again, I told you, they're playing a team that is vastly superior to them, obviously with a lot more hours in the game. I mean, there's not much more you can expect from that besides the Bisons taking a look and saying, okay, well, what can we learn from this exchange? And I would say, actually, out of tonight's game, I'd say Piper learned the most. I think I saw the most growth out of Piper, where, Piper, maybe there was a bit of a kind of like a jokingness when it came to some of that character selection. But again, Piper found Mei, and like we saw some crazy plays out of Piper where it was like, and there's a vastly superior team who Piper tripped up. And I think that is something that I think that's a win. I think, watching the replay, it's going to be interesting for the coaching staff to go through the replay and take a look and see what went really good with that game. And again, I'm calling it right now. I think Piper playing May, that has to be a strategy going forward. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll see a lot more of Piper playing May, and I definitely think that I figured out something we're probably going to work on in this next week. I'll bring it up to the coaches. But this was definitely a good game. We saw a lot of good things from all of the players. But yeah, they just had a better coordinated team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? There's no shame in losing to a good team. But that being said, we're going to end the stream there, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Short one tonight. Tune in next week. Next week, Monday, we'll be playing more Overwatch. So my name's Andy Prokopchuk. I'm here with Golden Shadow. God bless.